I don't want to do that.
What's that?
I'm just murmuring.
Murmur.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this. I'm just kidding.
This week's edition of Beyond Sports.
On NPR.
Where we're sad because of sports.
True.
The rest of the league is really happy though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. The Cincinnati's having a parade.
Yeah.
What I saw, even before the game started, people were like, Burrow's better than any other quarterback. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not as good as Mahomes on one leg.
Yeah. It's a week to week league. Whatever happened this week is the God's honest truth.
For real.
Yep. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Beyond Sports Podcast, where we BS about the L Sports.
L Sports.
Now, this week's over. Let's go.
Okay, all right. This week not much happened. So
Hey.
yes. The Eagles won. All right. And then that was it, really. I think that's all that happened. The Panthers got a win. And that's it. There we go.
Sports. See you later.
That's right. The World Series is tied up at one game apiece.
Oh, you're gonna make Sneaky pass out.
I think that I might be more pessimistic about the Chiefs than you for the first time ever.
Me?
Yeah, you should have heard him before you got on.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was pretty bad.
Hold on.
So the streak is over.
Yeah, we couldn't beat the Broncos for a 17th time in a row.
Yeah. Mahomes. It took Mahomes having the flu.
And us turning the ball over four times. Five times. The last one the game was already over.
Yeah,
but those first four really hurt.
Yeah, those first four really made sure that fifth one didn't count.
The fourth one really made sure that we weren't going to win. That was like the final nail was Hardman dropping that punt. Why can't we find anybody that can catch punts? Just somebody that can consistently catch a punt.
I don't
anybody who can just not fumble every other.
Yeah, I don't understand. We have very bad luck with punt returners here in Kansas City now.
Very bad.
It used to be a very strong, proud point of Kansas City history was the return game, and now it is a
What happened to Dave Tobe?
Yeah, Dave Tobe. Well, here's a question for Dave Tobe. Why do you have your returners grabbing the ball inside the 10-yard line?
Another fantastic question. That's so fucking stupid.
Let it go.
And he was going to run.
Yeah.
It was not just today.
No, it's consistent.
Let that shit go.
You have
kickoffs. Like he'll have dudes run kickoffs back.
Yeah, you can fair catch it now anywhere in the field of play and get it at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, no, we're running.
Yeah.
We don't need that in every situation, man.
No, we do not. Yeah, I mean
that was really the story of it was just turnovers. And also not doing much in the red zone.
That's another huge part of it, I think, because you look at it and final score was what, 21-9?
Yeah, it was, and we moved the ball.
We moved the ball. We got in the red zone,
but we would just turn the ball.
We turned the ball over, settle for field goals. The Broncos.
Broncos touchdown drives were 50 yards, 39 yards, and 10 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Like we kept giving them short fields, field after short turnover, short field. Everything that the Broncos needed to win this game, they got.
Yeah, Russell Wilson finished with
to put themselves into short yardage and us not capitalizing in red zone.
Yeah. I will say, Javonte Williams ran over us today. He was a fucking problem.
The loss of Nick Bolton, we felt it.
Nobody
could tackle. Like we lost our best tackler, and everybody also forgot to tackle with him.
Yeah, we also did not leave in a good position linebacker wise.
No,
losing our second bet, and Willie Gay didn't finish the game. Willie Gay did not return. Tranquil did return for
our
couple plays.
Defense is going to be in trouble.
In trouble.
And that was supposed to be the best part of our team.
Is Damian Harris on our practice squad? Because he might be getting a call this week.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, and we only have to play like the best offense in the league next week. So it's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
In Germany.
It's fine, just fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
so if you guys want to talk about the hard parts now, number one, this is not a serious threat for a Super Bowl. Like, this team is not a serious threat right now.
Damn, he's really crashed.
Like,
This one
without a
off.
trade for a receiver, which is we're not going to do.
We do need to do that. We need a playmaker besides Trav. It's like if Pat and Trav don't like do everything.
If they don't connect, yeah.
If those guys don't do everything, and teams are just like, they kind of learned from the second half of the Chargers game. They're like, okay, just bracket Travis the whole time. Just keep two guys on him the whole time. Force Mahomes to go literally anywhere else. We're gonna start bringing our safeties down. Actually, go over top, please. Find somebody to bust our coverage up top on. You're not gonna do it because none of your guys are really that consistent with it. Like, you might hit MVS like once a game for a big, big chunky yardage, but that's it. You don't have a deep threat.
And if we can, and if any defense can get us to 3rd and 2, don't worry about it, because Mahomes, instead of trying to find somebody who's open 3 yards away, he's going to throw a bomb.
Because they can't get open within 3
They
yards.
don't get
That's
open
true.
close.
Then run
That's
it.
why they're.
So
You
That's
have
why
to
they're
throw it.
giving us.
You have to throw it deep or
That's
run.
why they're giving it. They're letting us go over the top of them. They're like, fine, try to hit someone deep. Who you got? Maybe Justin Watson once in a while, in MVS once in a while, but not consistent.
The other hard part of this, guys, is yes, the receivers are having trouble getting open, but they are getting open. And the problem with that is our quarterback is not seeing it. No, you can stop making excuses for Mahomes. He was sick this week. Next week it'll be jet lag. Right now, there's a problem with Patrick Mahomes.
Is there? We've said this before. I feel like this conversation has been had before. And then he was fine.
No,
he might just be looking to
I'm telling you,
travel a little
Patrick
too
was
often.
right.
He might be looking for travel a little too often. That safety blanket is.
Now, I know last week he
this
at
wasn't
one point,
like this wasn't a case of looking for Travis. Like, he's missing, like, he's trying to throw balls downfield when he had Pacheco wide open on a screen that would have gone for 10 or 15 yards.
One question I've thought about,
missing Jerick McKinnon going wide open behind the defense
consistently. Like, what happened to Jerick McKinnon in the passing game? Like, he's been next to nothing this season.
And there's something wrong with Mahomes' delivery right now too. Like, there's a lot of those deep balls he's taking a real big wind up to get rid of. That ball used to snap out of there. There's something wrong.
There may be something wrong with his like, we've kind of seen it. He's lost a little oomph on that ball. And that's a little scary. I don't know, with his decision making, we'll see what happens. Yeah, he's missed a few guys here and there. I think he knows that. And I think he'll get that part figured out, because we've been here before with him, right? 2 years ago, 2021, when we had that huge slump. And everybody said Mahomes was broken the whole time, and he doesn't know how to check it down, and he doesn't know how to beat two deep safeties. And now they're just switching it right back up on him again. And I think he'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about Mahomes. I think he's won the bet. I think we got to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, right?
Yeah.
Right?
We desperately need to get this guy a running game.
I think we're gonna get blown out in Germany.
I don't know if we're getting blown out. I think this is going to wake up. We may get a little bit of a wake up call here. I think losing to a bad division rival
I don't think the Dolphins are that team. We saw when they played Philadelphia, they lack something. There's something lacking on this Dolphins team.
A defense,
and they're not a really physical football team. Like, deep down, they're a finesse team. Our defense has shown that they want to be physical. We have some dudes that want to hit back there, and that's what you need.
We've lost some of those dudes that can hit.
We have, but the hope is that those other guys, other than Nick Bolton, will be there next week, and that they Because, I mean, it was later in the game when it kind of had gotten away from them that Willie Gay and Trey Cool both started getting banged up. So the hope is maybe it was just like a, hey, we're not putting you back out there. You know, Tranquil will put you back out there, but also we had Cochran up, so.
Yeah, let's see what the injury report says there.
Yeah.
But
I do think, yeah, like Sneaky is not completely wrong. Like, not wrong. Like, Mahomes has been missing open targets. And that is
last week he had Sky Moore like wide open and waited for Travis to get open, which
that's smart.
In fairness,
that's smart football.
Smart, but
that's how you should play football if you're the Chiefs from now on.
Yeah.
Because Sky Moore had an open touchdown go through his arms because he stopped tracking the football.
Yep. Which I mean, again, lends us to the thing like
this was our 8th game, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
this is game 8.
Yeah.
And I know
how many times this year have you said to yourself, this is the worst game I've seen in a long time?
Look, I get we're supposed to have things figured out by week 8, but at the same time, we've seen plenty of teams, including ourselves, struggle mid-season, and then figure it out later on and be okay.
Yeah. I think that this is
not going to be this team. This is a good game.
It doesn't feel like it just because we don't have anybody to like. Again, we do need a wide receiver that can
and that's where you look
consistent.
We're going to win the division by default. We're probably going to catch the 3 or 4 seed, and we're going out in the first round.
Anyway, so that game was depressing, but the rest of the league's really happy because we lost. So like we're all here like, oh no, we lost our 2nd game of the year, and everybody's like, cry me a fucking river.
Hey,
you know? Oh, you only won a Super Bowl last year? Get fucked, right? So we've got, we won a Super Bowl last year, guys. Okay.
We did.
In good case in news right now, Sporting is up 3-1 on St. Louis in the playoffs. A team that I didn't think was gonna even make the playoffs is winning their second playoff game.
So, like, at least with baseball, we knew the postseason was
happening. Hey, I do MLS.
Did anybody actually know that the MLS was in the postseason?
Sam's like, did you even know they had a postseason?
I couldn't have told you if the season was actually happening right now. I would say yes, because
I thought they weren't playing because the World Cup is going on, or about to World Cup qualifiers and stuff, right? Because isn't Messi playing with
Well, Messi's team is not in the playoffs.
Didn't Messi just win the World Cup? I'm confused. What's happening here? The World Cup is until like 2026, right? Or some shit?
I think it's like qualifiers, right? Sneaky, Tim? Weren't there like wasn't there some World Cup qualifiers? Weren't there qualifiers?
We do qualifiers all through the 4-year process.
Because I know Messi was with the team. I don't know if he was playing for them this go around.
It's like once every 3 months, the national teams, like not necessarily every 3 months, more like every 6 to 8 weeks, they'll take a break and the national teams all play two World Cup qualifiers.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. And that's our soccer coverage for the week. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's happening. Soccer. It's always happening year round, all the time.
Pretty much.
There's never a dull moment or dead time, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
definitely dull moments.
There's definitely dull moments. Let's not lie.
Okay. Yeah, next game, right? We don't want to talk about this game. Or Sneaky, did you have more? Sneaky probably had more. Sneaky was like, ship is.
No.
Just this team.
I'm looking at the draft.
This team's
I mean, this was I will say this was the first time since October 24th, 2021 that the Chiefs have not scored a touchdown.
It's going to be brutal when we lose to the Browns in the first round.
Oh God.
Look, man, no matter what, I feel like as long as we have Mahomes and we're going into the playoffs, we have a chance.
Yeah.
PJ Walker is going to beat us. You realize that?
He is not, Sneaky. You are sky is falling mode.
You are in it really bad right now.
And I understand. I'm not blaming you. This is a very bad
Mahomes ACL.
No, he's not. This is a very hey. This was a we have
Okay,
our
if that happens, yes, the sky has fallen and we're done and we're
Yeah.
looking at to next year. But that hasn't happened yet.
It wasn't until this game had gotten away that they really started even getting home. They got home that, as you know, they had one sack early in the game, and then late in the game they picked up 2 in a row. There at the end. I mean, that's our O line has been holding up. It's just
I mean, that
our
is the
guys
one
aren't
thing
getting
to say
open.
is
He's having to hold the ball a while. So
we didn't spend on wide receivers because we thought Mahomes can help us make up for that after last year, but we do need to spend on an offensive line. So we did put a lot of money into our offensive line to protect him, which is not a bad thing to do.
no, absolutely
with
not.
your franchise quarterback. You got to
But
protect the guy.
when
You
you spend
gotta-
that much on an offensive line, they should also be able to run the ball.
Well,
That's awesome,
there's
but we don't try to run the ball.
yeah, we don't ever.
But when we do, we get like 1 to
Well, it's
2
because
yards.
It's very predictable when we do.
Yeah,
Everybody knows you're
we
going to
need
run
to
it the first
start.
play of the game, Andy. We all know it. We see it every week. You're going to run the first play of the game. We get it. Try something they don't expect. The only time they don't expect you to pass is the very first play of the game because you do it every week. Every week. Or, yeah.
I mean, Pacheco averaged 5 rushing yards per attempt. Why didn't we hand the ball to him more often whenever early in the game? He
That's
only
never
took
how we're
the
gonna
ball
win
8
games.
times.
That's never how we're going to win games.
But we should be able to with the line we have.
You're right. We should.
If we
And
don't have
actually,
anybody to fucking throw the ball to,
it's
we
funny
should hand the
'cause
ball off.
in the Super Bowl, we went to a lot more runs. Like we
Yeah.
kind of became a running team in that Super Bowl a little bit.
So
We ran it.
they'll figure it out. I have faith in the
It's
staff.
one game, and
One
it's good
game.
to have a wake up call
Ooh.
like this. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
bad
after
game.
this, we'll find Kadarius Toney. We'll
A
locate where he
team-
has been.
In order to win the Super Bowl, a team needs adversity.
Exactly.
Needs some adversity,
And that's what this game was adversity and
and hopefully a wake up call to our GM to go find a fucking weapon for our quarterback.
Yeah.
Please, goddamn anybody.
I hope tomorrow we hear about us making a trade for somebody.
I know, but you feel like, oh, we already traded for Hardman, so that's it.
Yeah,
When's
you
the
do kinda
deadline?
feel-
Is it today? Is it tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah. So you'll see. But
Okay, the Eagles. What happened in the Eagles game? They were down, and then they weren't. And
it was a
then they
battle.
won.
That was another just straight up battle. That was a good duel by Jalen Hurts and
Howell.
Sam Howell in the pocket. They were both
They're
launching.
slanging.
Yeah, I mean,
the Eagles have a quarterback who can throw the ball downfield.
he has weapons that he can throw to. I mean,
Do you see
The-
do you see the wide receivers he has?
yeah, I mean, when Julio Jones is your number 4,
Okay.
you're
I
sitting
mean,
pretty.
It's tough because he never throws it.
Who?
Who?
Who never throws
Holmes.
that downfield?
We throw one deep ball a game and it goes
it's
in
A
on-
couple.
And it's on 3rd and 2.
He threw a couple. Sky Moore couldn't catch that one. He did overthrow. Was it Justin Watson or was it Gray?
Hey, we're talking about one throw.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen was hitting on those deep passes, and I'll tell you one thing I am tired of. I am tired of watching the Eagles have to go against Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator. That motherfucker has our number. He almost got us this. He's
Your defense, yeah. Sure.
he gets it out quick. I mean, you're talking about the most sacked quarterback in the league, only got sacked once today against the
Damn.
Eagles defensive line.
Mm.
I mean, he got the ball out quick. He got it to the running backs. He was creative with it. Got it to receivers in space.
Sam Howell, who knew?
Yeah, I mean,
And next week
Sam
he'll
Howell
have, like,
finished. Sam
the
Howell
opposite of
he was 39 of 52 for 397 and 4 touchdowns with an interception.
yeah. And next week he'll be like the opposite, and he'll have like 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions.
Probably that is very, very
Yeah.
possible. For him.
Against,
But
like,
I do.
The Bears or something. No, they
But-
already lost to the Bears.
But I do think the Commanders might have found a dude. I have thought that there's been times this year where Sam Howell looks pretty
I
good.
have too.
He's
There have
definitely
been
better
times-
than Daniel Jones.
He just hasn't been consistent yet.
No, yeah. But I definitely if
'Cause there have
In-
been
in-
times when
in
he's
a league-wide redraft, I'm taking him before Daniel Jones. If
Probably.
those
he has definitely looked good against the Eagles this year.
Yeah.
Both times.
He has, and he's had a couple other moments where he's looked pretty decent. So, yeah, it was a good battle today. I would have liked to see more from the secondary for the Eagles. They were pretty bad today, even with the addition of Byard. Which
well, it's his first week. So
which my question is, how have the Tennessee Titans not blocked Howie Roseman's phone number?
I don't get it.
Like,
what are we doing?
Why did
what are the Titans doing?
That return was worse than AJ Brown, and Byard's a good player. I think that they were just kind of doing right by him because he's from Philly.
The owner at this point has to put his foot down and say, we cannot trade with Philly.
Yeah,
don't. Not happening.
If you see Howie Roseman on the caller ID, don't answer. Yeah,
it's not happening. Who is Jahan Dotson? Because that guy,
he was a first round pick. He was a first round pick for the Commanders last year.
Okay,
at receiver, he's
23 or 22 draft.
Last year, 22. This is his second year.
It's his second year.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been having a pretty big slump this season, but it was really
Not
terrible.
Today.
It was really terrible to see that he decided that today he would break out of that slump.
Yeah, because I forgot all about. I didn't know who he was.
Hopefully,
like Terry McLaurin, sure. Jamison Crowder, I guess. I mean, probably not for 95 yards in a tutty, but
a lot of that came on a big play, I believe. But you know, the hope is because the Eagles have Bradley Roby coming back soon in a couple weeks. So once he comes back, that'll help solidify that cornerback position a little more. Give you 3 solid options there, and it'll just load it. But I thought Sidney Brown had a couple of nice plays today for the Eagles defensively, playing as that box safety for him. Reed Blankenship came up with that interception, so it's good to see. Byard almost had an interception early on that went through his hands. And then Bradbury almost had a pick 6 on a 4th down, but he dropped that. But yeah, it was just they had moments where where you're like, okay, I can see what this unit can do. But as a whole, it was just the timing was great by the Commanders today. Washington just moved quickly before, and got open quick.
Good for you, Commanders. You almost beat the Eagles.
Yeah. You got the I Tried award twice this year.
I know.
You tried really well against us. First one went to overtime.
Yeah, they were up like 14-3 in this game or something like that.
Yeah. I was not very, and it was like 17 to 10 for a while. I was just like, this is not the day.
Yeah, well, Eagles figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Brown. They were able to get 2 touchdowns from AJ, one from Devontae Smith, and then one from Julio Jones. His first touchdown as an Eagle.
Wow!
Congrats, Julio.
Wide receivers that can catch touchdowns. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean,
offense.
The Devontae Smith one was completely wide open. I don't know if it could have been more wide. Like he's had a couple drops the last few weeks, so maybe the Commanders are like, he'll drop it.
Dude.
He did not.
Our guys have to be wide open to catch the ball, and even then, sometimes.
Sky Moore was pretty close,
dude. And
I
don't want to bust Rashid too hard for that drop. That was a bad drop.
That was a bad drop. Yeah.
I don't want to bust Rashid too much because he has been our best receiver in my eyes. Because he has,
dude, touchdowns. MVS can't make a contested catch.
MVS, I wanted to go after last year.
I mean, he did really well in the AFC Championship,
and that fooled us into ended up keeping him over Juju.
Well, we had already signed MVS for 3 years.
Didn't we have an option? We had an option. We had an option after last year on MVS.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, we had already kind of, MVS was already there.
We could have declined it.
Was only on a 1 year.
Declined it and then given Juju the 3 year that he wanted.
Okay.
Or 2 year. Meet him in the middle. Be like, hey, instead of trying to get him on another 1 year, give him 2 years.
Can't believe we're talking about Juju like this. All right. Look, I went back to the game and I shouldn't have. Heartbroken.
Yeah,
we should not have gone back.
I forgot about it already, and then you had to bring it up, Sam.
Yeah.
Well, I just see receivers that do really well, and I get triggered. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I want one of those.
Well, like our best option would be maybe to call the next team because Minnesota won today, 24-10 over the Packers.
Why? Yeah, why would Minnesota start packing it in?
Because Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles
because
tendon.
Kirk Cousins tore his
And that leaves them with Jaron Hall as the only active quarterback on their roster out of BYU, the 5th round pick. Because Nick Mullins is on injured reserve already with a back injury. So maybe this is a place where you look at like a Ryan Tannehill.
You had a guy who couldn't beat Nick Mullins.
Maybe the Vikings will try to reach out to a Tennessee. Maybe check the waters.
I keep seeing that popping up too.
Check the waters on a Ryan Tannehill potentially.
Gross.
I mean,
they don't have a running game, so he's going to struggle.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's really your option, or you. Well, I mean, because today you had the Taylor Heineke came in for the Falcons today. In that game, but
I don't know, man. There's not a lot of good options when your QB gets hurt midseason, and
no,
your backup was a guy who is your third stringer.
Yeah,
you couldn't even get to the second stringer over Nick Mullins. So like, I mean,
he's a rookie 5th round pick out of BYU.
Okay.
I mean, I want to say is where he was out of. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so we'll see what the Vikings can do.
We've seen quarterbacks picked lower do better.
Yeah. I mean, Brock Purdy has been done well for the
So maybe you've got the next Brock Purdy. Who speaking of that, I don't know if that game was on.
I had it on here.
Yeah. But I mean.
But yeah, we wish Kirk Cousins the best of luck.
Yeah, we did. Kirk Cousins best of luck.
The point of that whole part was really about his injury. Sucks.
But
the Niners. Yeah. The Niners.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, they've dropped 3 in a row.
Bad. I mean, the Debo injury can't be your excuse anymore. You haven't had him for a little bit. You got to figure that out. You had a healthy Christian McCaffrey. Like, I don't know how much.
I mean, the Bengals. Bengals are on. Yeah, that was a battle of 2 teams going in opposite directions. Also, I mean, the Bengals have started picking things up. They're coming off a bye. The Niners are just trying to stay afloat until their bye. They want to get there so bad. But yeah, this was a rough one for them.
Yeah.
It really wasn't even as close as it appeared.
Man.
No, I mean, I think the Seahawks are winning that division now. Niners, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck are you doing? I get it. The Bengals are a good team, but so are you. You're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Is Brock Purdy not that guy? He threw for a bunch of yardage.
I never thought he was.
You better hope. If you're the Niners, you better hope he is, because you gave up on a guy who took you to the Super Bowl and a guy you drafted number 3 overall for this guy.
Right. And he just had 3 turnovers in this game to lose you 3 straight.
3 straight. He's had, after having no turnovers the first 6 weeks of or 5 weeks of the season, the last 3 weeks he's had.
I don't know about fumbles, but
he's had a bunch, like 6.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the last 3 games, he's had interceptions in all of them, and I think a couple last week and this week.
Yeah, I think he's at 5 or 6 interceptions the last 3 weeks. So
Brock Purdy had a magical 6-day recovery
from the concussion.
Yeah.
Right. The concussion nobody knew he had.
Took a shot and was holding his head, and they just put him back in. They didn't even check him.
Was that this week? Last week you're saying?
Oh, today.
Today he took that hit? I didn't see that.
Today he took a shot and was holding his head.
He was just trying to hear. He's doing the thing where they cover their ears because they're trying to hear the club. No, you don't think that was it?
No.
Hey.
You don't think that was it?
You think he's all right? You think he's really hurt there? Right? We'll see.
But he still managed to throw touchdowns.
Yeah, he threw a touchdown, guys.
I mean, I'll take. Did he throw it to Brandon Ayuk or George Kittle?
Christian McCaffrey, dude.
Christian McCaffrey. Okay. Anyway, any of his targets are better than all of ours, not named Travis Kelce.
Well,
Any
yeah,
of the
but
3 I named.
Travis, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, I know Kittle had like a $150 today.
We've got a Kittle though. We've
I
got
know.
a better Kittle.
I agree.
We've got Travis Kelce. We just don't have anything else.
Yes, that's all we have.
We don't have an Ayuk, or even well, we might have an Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
Pacheco.
Yeah, he's all right.
We definitely don't have a Christian McCaffrey or Brandon Ayuk though.
No.
Not happening. The Bengals are fine now, right? Like they started out slow, just like they do every fucking year. At least they did last year. Now they're fine.
Yeah.
Bengals, we'll see you. We'll see you in the playoffs. And at this point, you look better than us right now.
Yeah. You definitely
our record. So you're only 1 game back from us, actually, or a game and a half, I guess, because you've had your bye.
Yeah.
No, the 2 seed plays the 6 seed, so we won't see them.
Sneaky doesn't think we'll get deep enough to see you.
They play the 7 seed. The two plays the 7. So.
Oh yeah.
But at this point, I think we'll get figured. We've got half a season to figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Find somebody to figure it out too.
We'll have to figure it out against these Bengals too, eventually. Next week would be a good week to figure it out.
It would be a great week to figure it out.
Who can catch a ball besides Travis Kelce?
However, that does mean I think you could see a first round matchup.
Oh, what's that?
You could see a Bills Bengals first round matchup.
You could.
That'd be fun again to see them too, and maybe I feel like the Bills would get embarrassed again. Should we start making sure that Taylor Swift comes to every game?
Yes, that's our only number 1 priority.
Is that Taylor Swift be in Germany next week?
Yes, we're more in Germany. We are actually more concerned with Taylor Swift being at our game than we are with finding a better wide receiver.
Wait for when she comes to the Raiders game and we lose.
Whoa.
Hey, I might be going to that game.
They're going to be chucking beers at that glass.
To the Raiders? Stop.
We're not gonna...
Why are we even trying to talk this stuff?
Sneaky, you get too dark. You're too dark on this one.
Lose to the Raiders this year. Jesus.
I'm telling you, the fans are going to turn on her at some point. She's going to be there for a shitty performance, and they're going to start chucking beers and fucking hot dogs at her.
Oh, stop, man!
Oh, wow!
Come on, man.
That won't happen.
If she can show up and Trav balls out, nobody's going to mind. That's what she's there for. We keep going back to the Chiefs every chance I get.
We'll go. So, you think Will Levis did enough today?
He had to. Who else are they going to play?
Because you can't go back to Ryan Tannehill.
You can't just keep chucking Ryan Tannehill out there so that he can, underthrow wide receivers and take sacks and not do nearly enough to win you that game. Like Ryan, Ryan Tannehill ain't it. Go with a guy who you spent like a
second round
draft pick on. Like, come on, do it, man. Like, this is the second year in a row you spent a second round draft pick on a quarterback. We know Malik Willis, not it, right? No. We've seen enough for him to tell you that dude, he's not an NFL quarterback. Will Levis looked like a real quarterback today.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was watching when I see that game, I'm like, who's throwing it for him? Because holy shit.
Will Levis had more touchdowns today than Ryan Tannehill has on the year.
Hey, why is it even? I don't even think it's going to be a debate, right? The dude won the job. Throw him back out there. Now, I get it. We've seen guys come in and look really good for a game or two and then fall back down to earth, but at least let him fall back down.
Yeah, I think that it's time to make the move. I mean, Tannehill is not putting you in positions to win.
No, and Will Levis, I think, at least gives that team like something of like,
DeAndre Hopkins had 3 tutties today.
Yeah, I wish somebody would have told me that for fantasy purposes.
Yeah,
he hadn't done shit all year.
He had 0 on the year. He got 3 today. I think it's time to make the change.
Yes, yeah. Look at that. You pick up a premier wide receiver, and he's actually finding success with this dude. Hell, your passing game is finding success. Period.
Yeah.
Why is it,
That's why I
you
think
know,
it's
so
gonna be
I don't
dumb.
even think it's gonna be a debate. I think they're just gonna go to Will Levis. Because
Yeah, it's they got
19
to.
to 29, 238 yards and 4 tutties.
Yeah. No
Quarterback
INTs.
rating of 130 in his
Yeah.
first NFL game. No question.
And I'm not saying they wouldn't do it, but that's why I think the Titans would be dumb for trading DeAndre Hopkins, because you have a chance to develop your quarterback with an
Yeah,
established, trustworthy wide receiver.
Don't start getting rid of your
And
guys.
you're not
with
out of it.
your young dudes' weapons.
But again, it's the Titans, so who knows?
They are
They're
dumb.
not very smart.
They are dumb. And you just picked up DeAndre Hopkins. Do not
Yeah.
trade him all fucking ready. You know. But hey, those throwback unis, you always gotta love those old Oilers throwback unis. I do.
I love when they come
I
back.
think they're great. Those
Yeah.
powder blues look really good. It was kind of cool to see like two home team jerseys in a game there because the Falcons were wearing their blacks.
Yeah.
They were in their old throwback light blue, Oilers. It was just
Love the
interesting. You don't
Oilers.
see it often, so it was kind of like, whoa, we got like two home teams.
Yeah.
They should allow that.
They really should. Like,
Sorry, in
we're not
certain-
living. This ain't the 1950s when everybody's watching the game in black and white. So one team needs to have a color and the other team just needs to be white. No, unless both teams are the same color, let's let them switch it up. There's no reason, a green and a red team can't play against each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there is a reason, right? Because the Bills and the Jets do that, and it causes a lot of problems with the colorblind.
Yeah, there's settings on TVs now for that shit.
The colorblind, had problems differentiating the color green and the color red that they wore.
Okay, I see. So you'll have to have. So I get it. With the Falcons and the Oilers, they were wildly different. Like you have black and a light blue. So you're just like the team that's in the lighter color.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And
I just think that's what I remember.
Fucking up our colorblind audience. So
We don't have an audience. I think it's like a.
We don't have an audience.
Maybe it's the colorblind players though would have, I don't know how many of those you got, but
I just remember it was whenever they were doing that color rush bullshit on Thursday nights.
Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I want to say it was the Jets and the Bills caused the whole shitstorm.
hey. Well,
But they had it like head to toe.
yeah, and that's like that was the Jets and who? The Giants?
Bills, Jets and
Oh,
Bills. Yeah.
Were the Bills in their blue or they're in the red?
They were in the color rush. The all red. They were in their all red.
Oh, yep. It was Bills Jets.
Their Reds suck anyway, so
Exactly. And
They
yeah,
look like the Pats Reds.
the Pats look cool though.
okay. So in extreme cases, like we saw today, like one team is black and the other team,
Yeah.
So if like Philly wears their alt blacks or Baltimore wears their blacks, then the other team can wear like a bright color.
Yeah.
Do it. We should see more of that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
It looks better than like most teams' white uniforms are bunk unless you're like the Patriots who have a great white one. The Cowboys, I guess that's your home one. So
I like the Jets white.
Yeah, they're not bad. Who else has a good white? The Cardinals kind of have a good white. So do the Bengals, honestly.
The Bengals all whites. I like it as
Because
they
they
do
have
the
like
helmet.
they have like the orange up here. Same with the Cardinals. They kind of give themselves still a little red up here.
Yeah.
They make it a little interesting. Other than that, yeah, like who cares about seeing the white uniforms?
Yeah, I want to see the Reds on the Chiefs.
But I like us when we're all whites. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh yeah, I
that
mean
I
all
like.
whites. I like that on any team. I feel
some, but I like our
not the
all whites.
Raiders, but
No, or when they wear those weird like they have the silver numbers in their color
Yeah.
rush ones when it's like all white and then they have the instead of the black numbers. You're like, what?
why?
Silver on white? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Anyways,
They're dumb.
I'd like to
Yeah.
see the Steelers do a version of theirs where the yellow is actually like a shiny gold.
Ooh,
Yeah. I think I'd like
Yeah.
that.
Let's get rid of the
that'd be fine.
bumblebees.
That's just going from yellow to shiny gold. Like,
Yeah,
black
but I
ones.
think it
Uniforms.
if you did it on the black one, I think that'll look really nice.
It
Probably.
could, or it could look very 2000s Rams.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like right after they won the Super Bowl, and they went fucking the gold and the dark blue.
Real
You're like,
gold.
ooh, I like the yellow better.
Put it down. Yeah. Very true. Okay, but we were talking about the Titans having a real quarterback, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Levis is pretty good. Fuck him.
Maybe they have a good. We don't. It was one game. You've seen dudes ball for a game before. Okay.
Yeah.
We
But
all remember Mike White Lightning coming in that one game for the
Hey.
Jets, and
yeah,
was it the Bengals that he torched or something?
dude, yeah. He was that shit.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, and we should remember that the Bengals couldn't score a touchdown for like the first 3 weeks of the season. So,
Yeah.
we can be okay too, Sneaky. Okay,
We'll
we
be
can
fine,
okay.
Sneak.
We don't
We'll be
have
fine.
Jamar Chase, but we can be okay too.
Yeah. Like I said, maybe tomorrow we'll get really, really good news. Just hold out hope, my friend. Hold out hope. Please let us get
I'm
some
not
good
gonna
news.
hold my breath.
I'm not gonna hold my
You're
breath, but
not.
I hope that
because I will be dead tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in some actual sad news across the NFL today, but it's over. We are not gonna have our first 0-17 team. The Panthers picked up a win.
Good for the Panthers, the team that is going to end with the first overall pick and then have to give it right to Chicago.
Yeah. But
You're
Bryce
welcome.
Young was able to outduel CJ Stroud.
I mean, the game ended 15-13. There wasn't much of a duel, I don't think.
Well, I mean, you look at the passing numbers, and Bryce Young went 22 of 31 for 235 and a tutty, compared to CJ Stroud, who went 16 to 24 for 140 and no touchdowns.
So there that's not a quarterback duel. That is.
I didn't say that it was, but he outdueled him.
Touchdown between the two, and the best one went for 235. That's not a quarterback duel.
Not a really inspiring one.
No,
I would
not.
Yeah.
So, and the Panthers didn't even run the ball. The Panthers only had 44 rushing yards.
Yeah,
and they
right.
had somehow, and they had, and the quarterback threw for 235. And if you count all the sacks, apparently they only had 180 passing yards. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how you won that game.
Neither of these teams get their first round pick.
That's sad.
That's very sad. At least
they're both going to be bad.
The Texans looked like they were building towards something, or that they still might be. It's just one loss. I don't want to say too much, but the Texans looked like they were building towards something. The Panthers, I don't know what they're doing. They drafted the wrong guy, number 1 overall. At least it looks like it. And after trading away any weapons that they would have had for him.
Hey, today he played decent.
Yeah. 235 and 1 touchdown.
CJ Stroud's he played against CJ Stroud, got the win.
He did. CJ Stroud didn't have a great game, but we've seen him have decent games.
Yeah, I'm not saying CJ Stroud's been a bum either. I think CJ Stroud's been awesome. He set the rookie record for passes before an interception.
He absolutely has looked very exciting, and like he may be a guy for him. Bryce Young, on the other hand, this is probably the first game where we can say that he's done much.
I mean, in his defense, Miles Sanders, their big free agent acquisition this year, has a whopping 190 rushing yards on the season for 1 touchdown. Former Eagle right there. They brought him in. He's not done anything. Their number 1 receiver is Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen's actually he's close to top 10 in the league.
Yeah, he's all they've got.
Yeah, no, he's all they got. But
they got him, and then he's got 509 receiving yards, and the next closest is at 197.
Yeah, no, they don't got
Their receiving core looks worse than ours.
they traded away all their guys last year. I don't know. And then they couldn't replace any of them. Except for getting Adam Thielen for like the last year of his productivity.
Yeah. They got him for his I can prove it year to I can still got it year. So he's gonna use it for.
And then he probably won't have it next year.
No.
Or maybe the year after that. I don't know. He's old. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. Adam Thielen's great. Great story, right? Like undrafted, I think, like
Adam Thielen's been awesome, but
really work his way up and then he became like a legit wide receiver.
Hey, maybe that's a guy the Chiefs could trade for.
Yep, take away all of the Panthers' weapons. Yeah, Panthers, don't let Bryce Young even try to develop.
Hey, we'll send him
him
Sky Moore.
Absolutely nothing.
They can have Sky Moore and he can develop with his quarterback.
Give him less than nothing. Good. You're
giving him something in return.
That is
giving
not
him potential.
No, that is the opposite of something.
Hey, we'll give him that and the 4th round pick. We need him real bad.
Could you imagine giving a 4th round pick for Adam Thielen this year?
He's got more.
We need him.
We're desperate. But another amazing story. This one has to make even Sneaky smile.
Good luck.
I know it's the hardest thing I'll ever try to do is get Sneaky. The Giants almost won today. And if they would have, it would have been a fucking miracle because they had -9 passing yards.
They only tried to throw the ball. Oh no, they had their backup come in. That's right.
And those assholes had the audacity to go to overtime.
I know.
They should have won. They should have won. Had their defense played a little better for that last drive and not like Zach Wilson roll out of the pocket and gun it like 20, 30 yards downfield, the motherfuckers would have won.
Dude, what the fuck?
God, I wish they would have, because that would have been
I kind of do too.
That would have been incredible to have negative passing yards as a team and win. Incredible. They did have 203 rushing yards.
Well, they had to do something.
Yeah, those 10 points didn't put themselves on the scoreboard. But could you believe that? Like, if they should have won, I really thought they had the game won. When they got the ball back with like less than 2 minutes, I knew the Jets had I think the Jets only had like 2 timeouts too. I was like, oh, you guys, this is great. Got this. Game's over.
Nope.
No.
The Giants will do amazing things and surprise you.
They certainly will.
So yeah.
Amazingly bad things, but
yeah, I mean, they're never good.
I mean, how do you have, first of all, Tyrod, he was 4 of 7 for 8 yards. How do you average 2 yards a pass?
Is there an update on him? He went to the hospital.
I know he hurt. I just saw that he hurt his ribs. I don't know if he cracked 2 of them or not.
Dude, I swear to God. Yeah, I swear to God. It's one of those ribs broke and punctured his lung.
He really, yeah, that.
Call it a career, Tyrod. My God. And then Tommy DeVito, is that who that is? Came in and was 2 of 7 for -1 yard.
Yeah.
How about you're a grown man going by Tommy?
Hey, Tommy Townsend like a word with you. Okay. All right. And so
Tommy
would the Red
Pickles.
Ranger. Okay.
Because we all know Tommy Pickles is still going by Tommy Pickles these days.
I mean, I think that works against. I mean, that
no,
works.
No. Like, I mean, if he's a grown up at this point,
sure.
He goes by Tommy.
Tommy Pickles, use him.
Yeah. Get though. There's an alliteration thing going on. But
Tommy, yeah, you wouldn't want to say Tom Townsend. That would just be weird.
Oh, okay. They're Italian, so yeah, Tommy. That makes sense.
The illiterate, yeah, Tommy Townsend does sound a lot better than Tommy Townsend, right?
Thomas Townsend.
Tommy DeVito, Tom DeVito.
The sneaky what they are.
Sounds like a real quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give it to you there. But Tommy DeVito instead of Danny.
So
you got to keep it the Y.
Mike Garofalo is saying that Tyrod Taylor will remain hospitalized overnight for further observation.
No word on what it was.
No, they're just saying it's ribs. Yeah, they're just identifying it as ribs right now.
All right, slap some BBQ on them bad boys and hold up.
Hopefully he's all right.
You know, we
Looks
saw
like
a lot of
Tyrod.
throwback unis today. I'm sorry, there was just I saw the thing of the Seahawks were in their throwback unis, right? The Oilers were in their throwback unis. There was one more team, wasn't there? That was in throwback. Maybe it's just happening a lot this year.
It is happening a lot this year because
In Miami.
I think Miami. They
Chargers.
were in the
Miami's was a throwback.
Chargers were in their powder blue.
It's a throwback. I can't tell the goddamn difference.
There's no fucking difference.
There's not really because they still wear that old the dolphin with the helmet, and it's still like their thing.
Yeah,
it's less
like the same.
It's no, the new dolphin is angrier looking.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't count.
That's how they try to.
You cannot change the dolphin's facial expression and tell me that is.
Bro, that's how they try to spin that shit.
Bring back the orange ones.
Yeah, those were cool. The Wildcat ones.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos
should really keep their old orange. After seeing the Broncos old orange versus this, their old one is much better. Their current one, it just looks like some reddish, orangish thing.
Yeah, but we are seeing the rise of the throwback uniforms because of the NFL. This is the first year of the new rule where each team
have a different
have an alternate helmet.
Yeah,
so that's why you see, the black iteration of the Colts and I think the Cardinals, the black helmet.
Right. And then the Falcons bringing back the red helmet.
Bringing back the red, and then you see like the Patriots, the Eagles, the Bucks, the Oilers.
That means we're going to get the Texas helmets back.
I don't think we will.
No.
I hope not.
Reportedly says he has no interest in a third uniform.
Yeah.
We don't really need it. The only thing that's different with our throwbacks is the helmet.
Yeah, that's it. So.
And we don't need to put that shit on our helmet.
It was terrible when we did it last time, so let's not do it again.
It was. Yeah.
I hated it. Yeah.
You're like, what? We're not in Texas anymore. We don't need to put the fucking state on our helmet.
No. Yeah. We're in Missouri.
Okay. Only if we go and play a Texas team and if we beat them, well, I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But if we go and we lose, then it's worse.
Exactly.
Like, put Texas on our helmet, then we get beat by them. Don't do that.
I think we did it.
I think so.
Yeah. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hell, share the video with a friend.
Yeah.
And come back again next week and watch us bullshit about some sports.
Hopefully, there's no spiritual higher.
Yeah. We'll be a little bit more tired because I think we'll actually wake up to this.